Here's a quick challenge for all Christian moral realists out there who honestly find the moral argument for God's existence compelling. Step 1. Please name for me a single example of your favorite objective moral value or duty. Step 2. Prove it.
I think there the weakness is just it doesn't, independently of morality, it doesn't seem very reasonable, plausible to think that you should only believe something if you can prove it. When you think of all the things that most people believe and think it's reasonable to believe and perhaps would even count as knowledge, I think that category of things goes far beyond the things that we could prove in any sort of meaningful sense. Again, these fundamental principles of logic, they just seem true, and you can't really prove them because, of course, in proving them, you would have to appeal to principles of logic. So at a certain point, it seems that if there's going to be knowledge, there's got to be something which is known without some further argument or proof or premises supporting it. Even our beliefs about, based on perception, what we see around us, I'm not sure that we can prove those to be true in certainly not in any philosophical sense. I think it's just perceptually, it seems like there's a can here. I don't have any good reason to doubt it, and that's enough for it to be reasonable for me to believe it. So I think the standard of you should believe only what you can prove is just an artificially high standard. A fun game philosophers like to play with principles like that is applying the principle to itself. So can you give a proof of the principle that you should believe something only if you can prove it? If not, we've got a weird problem going on, right?
Number 1. Personal intuition and personal experiences are subjective. In fact, that is quite literally the most subjective form of proof you could possibly offer for objectivity.
I think that if we really think about it carefully, we'll start, and we think about all the things that we believe, we'll see that at some point, everybody has got to appeal to a kind of intuition. Intuition just meaning, it just seems that way to me. I don't have a further argument for it, but it just seems true, or even seems obviously true. A common example that's given here is the truth of sort of fundamental principles of logic. The validity of certain inference rules. So if all A's are B's and this is an A, then it must be a B. Seeing the connection between those premises and conclusion just seems obviously correct, and I don't know how to give an argument for it. So I think in the end we're all stuck at a certain point with how things seem to us.